Hey everybody, it's Mr. Movies87 here, bringing you a new episode of Gaming Breakdown. And today we'll be talking about the Sony PlayStation 3. Before we move on to the actual games and all that, let's go ahead and give out some basic info here first. First released in Japan November 11th of '06, shortly followed thereafter in the US November 17th of '06, then a few months later made its debut March 23rd, 2007 in Australia and Europe, and was discontinued September 29th, 2015, although you can still, of course, buy used ones pretty much everywhere, any place that sells consoles these days. GameStop, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, what have you. It's still really damn prevalent to this day, and still will be for a while. Sony PS3 had a few models of it released throughout its life cycle, starting first with the original model in 2006, followed by the slimmer model in 2009, followed by the super slim model in 2012, and then it was succeeded by the PS4 in November 2013, and that's, of course, running rampant today. Um, uh, there's something else I wanted to say, but nope, I guess not. Okay, anyway. Um, yeah, so let's get into my story on the PS3 here first. We got ours quite a few years back. My brother got it first originally, in I think 2007, 2008, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even before that, I forget. And it was pretty damn expensive when it first came out. I think it was on its release $500 or so, maybe even six. I don't recall for sure. And unfortunately, we only had it for a few years before it succumbed to the yellow light of death. So that kind of sucked there. We went without it for a while. But thankfully, we were able to get a new one for Christmas just a handful of years back, and it's been working fine ever since. No problems with it whatsoever. Now, moving on to the games here, I have my usual list of games I want to mention here on the right side here in my little notepad thingy. But before that, I'll cover some of the few that are in my picture here for right now. Now, you might notice a lot of the pictures here are just reused in the different positions here, so it's the same game, well, same few games here. But a big one here I want to mention would be Assassin's Creed. Now, the series can get sometimes a lot of flack, just because the games, have its yearly release pretty much, although they're not doing that anymore. Excuse me. Yeah, people have been saying that they're just not as good as they maybe should be, and blah blah blah. Even though they never buy the game, so why do they even care? I don't know. But anyway, personally for me, I haven't played too many of the games myself. I've played no, what is it? Bloodlines on the PSP for a little bit. I still do have it. Just haven't delved into the series that much there. Whereas my brother, he loves the series. He picked up the first Assassin's Creed pretty much right when it came out. You saw a commercial for it during a new South Park years and years ago. This would have been almost 10 years ago, I think, actually. Because the Comedy Central would do these cool, almost feature-length commercials for video games that were coming out. And he was hooked with it instantly, and he's played and beaten every single game in the series. So there's that. Other notes here, Heavy Rain, that would be the press X to Jason game, from what I've heard. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, yeah. And then, of course, Little Big Planets 1, 2, and 3. I played this a little bit as well. I wouldn't mind having one of those on the Vita. I know there are some for it, but I would like to have one of those myself to play on the Vita, because they're pretty damn fun. You predated Super Mario Maker with your custom level making and all that. And I've seen plenty of videos for it, just haven't played it that much myself. Much like, well, a lot of other games out there that I haven't played before. I want to, but I have other ones I would want to play first. But I think that's for another time. Okay, so moving on to my personal list of games here. And I'm sure there's plenty that I missed on here. I'm trying to go through just the ones that I've played and also some that I'm more so familiar with in general, maybe haven't played, but would like to, so that sort of thing here. First things first, I have here Tales of Xillia 1 and 2. Xillia would be one of my favorite Tales of games in this entire series. First would be Tales of the Abyss. That was my first Tales of game, so that kind of gets a special place right there. And it's kind of a toss-up between this and Tales of Hearts R. I loved both games, and granted, I haven't beaten Xillia, whereas I have beaten Tales of Hearts R, but they're still pretty much neck and neck right there at the number 2 spot there. Xillia 2, I have not played that much. I delved into it a real little bit. I just never got into it that much. I liked it and everything, but just haven't really played it that much there. I would like to get it again to play through properly. Although we need a new PS3 controller, because for whatever reason our R3 stick, it doesn't work Like you know how you move the camera around and all that, and yeah, it doesn't really work. It's like stuck or something. Crassus, be quiet. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, we'll need to get a new PS3 controller here at some point. Moving on, a few more Tales of games I want to cover here first because I've been on a huge swing of buying them lately. Bandai Namco had a sale a couple of weeks back. A lot of the games were on sale here, and I pretty much bought damn near all of them. One of them, amongst a few more, would be Tales of Graces F that I recently picked up. I've been playing that a good bit here and there. Not too far into it so far. As of right now, my party is only Asbel, um, Sophie, Pascal, and the Prince dude. What's his name? What is his name? The Prince dude. I can't think of his name. I just played the game a couple days ago. I can't think of it. Well, you know who it is. I'm sure you guys will mention it in the comments. I can't remember for the life of me. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing that a good bit. Apparently, it also does comparisons to Zestiria on the PS4, at least with its combat system there. So I can appreciate that because I love the battle system in particular. Although, granted, a lot of the games in the Tales of series are similar anyway, with like the real-time action-based combat there. So I'm all for that. Moving on to one that I have not played, but I really want to play, Tales of Vesperia. It's also on the Xbox 360, but apparently I've heard the better version of the game is on the PS3, but that's never been released in America. It's only been out in Japan. And I've heard a lot of people mention as having that be as one of the best Tales of games ever made. I really want to play that, but I don't have an imported PS3 or a copy of the game, nor do I have a 360 to play that version of it. So that one I'll get down the road here. Moving on to Symphonia Chronicles 1. Oh, yeah. Tales of Symphonia and then Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Played through the both a little bit here and there. I will get back to doing those once I beat Graces F and Zillia 1. Those are a little higher priority right now. Symphonia 1 I'm liking a lot more than Symphonia 2. Emil, to me, is a pain in the ass. Apparently, he gets like no better throughout the course of the game from what I've heard. I mean, I think a little bit better. And by better, I mean less whiny. It's not really that much better, apparently. But anyway, more so, yeah, with Symphonia, I've heard that's also regarded as one of the better Tales of games out there. They're all pretty much good, aren't they? Like, I really don't see that many people complaining about many of them like that often or anything. So that's always good to hear. Moving on to a few Final Fantasy games now. 10-10-2 HD Remaster. I have both of those on my Vita. I do have them for the PS3 as well, but for me, I prefer my handheld, so those games on a handheld to me is fucking amazing. Also, Squeens, if you're watching this, Final Fantasy 12 HD Remaster, International Zodiac Job System, PS3 or PS4, whatever the hell you feel like, and PS Vita, do it now, thanks, bye. Need I say more? No. I'm really hoping they will at some point. Because Final Fantasy 12 had its release 10-year anniversary coming up this month. Well, not this month, this year, I'm sorry. In October. I think October 30th, the 31st was its release date in North America. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have something on that. That would just be so amazing to have that. I mean, that game on a handheld, again, for me, would be unbelievable. I would play that all the damn time. Moving on, as for 10-2 real quick, I liked Final Fantasy X-2. I only say liked. I didn't fully totally love the game or whatever. I liked it. It was fun. I love the dress fear system in that. The story is just whatever. I don't really care about that much. But yeah, it's a fun little game. I know a lot of people kind of hate it, and I mean it's a video game. You can't hate it that much, but apparently people do. But yeah, for me, it's not really more so like black and white or whatever. I mean, it doesn't take much for me to like an RPG. If it's fun to play, I generally will dig it. Story can just kind of be whatever for the most part. It doesn't have to be totally over the top or whatever. It's kind of something just be like, oh hey, this story's kind of cool. I like it. But yeah, it doesn't really, honestly, it doesn't take much for me to like an RPG. It really doesn't. It also helps that they're my favorite genre of games ever. So that stands to reason. Anyway, moving on to another Final Fantasy series here that gets a lot of flack. Excuse me. That being the Final Fantasy 13 series of 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. Now, I have not completed this series in its entirety. That's probably surprising. I've played 13 the most, though. I have a file right at the end of the game, Orphan's Cradle. I just need to beat the last few bosses there. And I had done a lot of CP farming. Later on, Pompey's being weird right now. Anyway, but yeah, I did a lot of CP farming with the adamantalids and whatnot. I beat the Neochu hunt really, really early on. I just went ahead and spammed the Neo's death ability until I got lucky. It took me quite a few tries to actually do it, but oh my god, that growth egg, it is so worth it. Gets you double CP for everybody, and that made CP farming so much quicker and easier to do. And the adamantalids you fight on the Arclight step there, they give you 80,000 per battle with the growth 8 equipped. So you can't go wrong with that at all. That'd be another game I want to have on the Vita. It probably never will come out for it, but apparently if you have the PS TV or what's it, the PS Now, I think it is, you can actually play 13 on your Vita. Just hook it up in some fashion, and it'll work that way. I would love to do that, because that would be super fun as hell. 13, 13-2, hi Pompey. Haven't really, 13-2 and Lightning Returns, I should say. Haven't played either of those that much. Pompey, what is your problem, little buddy? I'm trying to record. Go away. You're so cute. Okay, you sit right there. Good boy, I'll just pat your head while I talk. But yeah, 13-2 and Lightning Returns, I haven't played that much either. 13-2, I'm liking 13-2 so far with Sarah and Noel there. Especially with the, what was I going to say? I mean, time travel, it can be convoluted to some people, but I always kind of like the whole time travel thing in RPG, so I'm cool with that. Lightning Returns, I have not played at all. So I can't really say much on that, unfortunately. I more so just have it here just because it's with the series here. And I still have a lot of more games to go over here, actually. Well, let's move on down to a few more RPGs here, of course. A big one here, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. We all saw the sequel trailer for it during, well, it wasn't E3, it was PAX Prime, I believe it debuted for. I forget which one of those it was. But I mean, I am so hyped for Ni no Kuni 2. And then also, I really want to get the first one again on the PS3. It's either a hard copy or a digital copy to play through. Because I loved the game for when I played it. I was pretty much hooked from the get-go. But then, of course, like my typical problem, other games pop up, I play those, it falls by the wayside, and you know how it is. I am so bad at that. But I mean, I'll get to it at some point, for sure. It's too good not to play, seriously. I mean, for one thing, and also, excuse me, by the way. Yeah, the art style of the game is... Yeah. Sorry. Fur everywhere. When you have two Huskies, there's fur everywhere. Just deal with it. But yeah, when Ni no Kuni 2 comes out for the PS4, I would love to get that day one if at all possible. If I do, by chance, I have no idea when it'll be out. I would love to live stream it, actually, on the PS4 if at all possible. That could be down the road, something there. Anyway, moving on to Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5. These I absolutely love. With a 1.5, the HD pack there, we got Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and all the cutscenes from Kingdom Hearts Days in HD. Now, this is the first time in North America that we've gotten the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts 1, which was awesome because it adds so much stuff to the game. More so in Kingdom Hearts 2, but I'll cover that next. But yeah, we got new Keyblades, new boss fights, new equipment, all that stuff there. New enemies as well. The game also looks a lot better in HD, obviously. Chain of Memories is just whatever, it's kind of just there. Excuse me. And also the cutscenes from Days. Now, more so, Kingdom Hearts 2.5, my personal favorite, because we got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in North America. Now, also, this was the first time a lot of people here played it, but me personally, I played it on an emulator beforehand on my laptop there. Played through it like twice in no time flat. I had so much fun with the game. It's far and away the best Kingdom Hearts title in my opinion. I don't want to get any, well, I don't want to have any like big comment wars or whatever, but me personally, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is like top tier in the series. I mean, I mean, there's also again, yeah, new abilities, new keyblades, new bosses, new abilities, a new limit form, which is OP as all hell. Um, some of the new abilities Sora gets are ridiculous. Magnet Burst, anyone? One of my personal favorites there as well. Round Break is super useful there. Yeah, Limit Form is just stupidly powerful. It just destroys everything in that game. Yeah, the boss fight against Terra, who he can go fuck himself, by the way. And there's just so much stuff Kingdom Hearts 2.5 offers. There's also a Birth by Sleep final mix, and there's more cutscenes from Recoded, I believe it is. So there's that. Um, yeah, one of my favorite games also for the PS2 and PS3 for that matter. I wanted to mention there. And then one more, or two more, I should say, RPGs here. Valkyria Chronicles and Eternal Sonata. These two games I have not played before. I have seen videos for it, and pictures for it, and whatnot. I know Valkyria Chronicles will be having a PS4 re-release here, I think pretty soon actually in North America. It has a World War II RPG, or it takes place in like an alternate form of World War II. The timeline is like, I think it's like 1938 or 39. It begins, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, the art style of it looks really, really cool as well. Kind of reminds me of Sonic Frontier 2 in a way, actually. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, so it's also on Steam. I think for like maybe 15 or 20 bucks. So I wouldn't mind picking that up at some point. Maybe for our new gaming PC, we can get that. And also Eternal Sonata. This one I don't know a whole lot about. I know that a few of my friends have LP'd it before, and it also looks really, really fun as well. Another game that I would love to get at some time. Um, I'm not sure if it's on the the PSN store to buy. If it is, I would love to get that and play it sometime, along with like bajillions of other games out there. Also, I just noticed here on the picture, why is Halo 3 on this picture? In this picture, because last time I checked, that's an Xbox game, and this is a PS3 picture. I'm not sure how I just noticed that, but apparently it's there. Well, that's humorous all the same. But anyway, yeah, the PS3 still prevalent today. A lot of people still have one. It's one of my favorite systems. I mean, I'm all about Sony, so you guys know that. RPGs aplenty, as I've already gone over, and plenty of other games as well. It isn't just an RPG machine. I mean, there's also sports games, action adventure, platformers, stealth. All the good stuff there. Covers all the bases there and then some. Alright, so with that, guys, that'll wrap up this episode here. Next week, I'll be going back to actual video games, and I'll be covering the Unova starters from Gen 5. I was going to say Unova starters from the Unova region, but I kind of already mentioned that. Anyway, with that, guys, this has been Mr. Moves87 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.